From across the nation and around the world, for Pacifica Headlines, I'm Jesse Lent. A funeral procession in the streets of Baghdad yesterday for the 20 members of Iraq's Popular Mobilization Forces paramilitary group killed in joint strikes from the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. Footage courtesy of the AFP news service. According to Al Jazeera, Iraq's National Security Council called the attacks on Popular Mobilization Forces bases in several Iraqi provinces, quote, a flagrant violation of Iraq's sovereignty and the sanctity of its lands. U.S. forces have resumed their bombing campaign within Iran after a pause in the fighting from late Friday to Tuesday. Explosions were reported along the country's southern coast and in the central city of Qeshm. The Iranian government media outlet Fars is reporting that a couple and their 2-year-old child were killed in a U.S. attack on a residential building on Qeshm Island. 2 other children, ages 7 and 9, were wounded in the attack and remain at the hospital, according to the report. U.S. Central Command says it has completed a, quote, heavy wave of strikes against Iran following yesterday's attempted missile strikes on American forces in Jordan, as President Donald Trump explained to reporters yesterday in an Oval Office press conference. Footage courtesy of Reuters.
We're going to be hitting them very hard because it's our turn to hit them. They know it's coming. They're asking us not to do it, but they tried shooting it last night. So we had 5 rockets shot going 8,500 miles an hour, and all 5 rockets were knocked down to the ground. But they nevertheless took a shot, so it's our turn. And we'll see if we get there with an agreement at some point.
In a post on social media, U.S. Central Command said the 2-hour operation, in which the military claims it struck dozens of Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps targets in Iran, including military command centers and drone facilities, quote, aimed to further diminish threats posed by Iran and its proxies to American forces, commercial shipping, and neighboring Gulf countries. Kuwait's defense ministry has announced that 1 worker has been killed in an Iranian attack that targeted a building belonging to a Chinese company in the north of the country. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is claiming that 2 oil tankers attempting to use the, quote, unsafe route south of the Strait of Hormuz were turned back overnight after a severe fire broke out on one of them, according to Al Jazeera. In a statement on its official Telegram channel, the IRGC said the vessels had been directed onto the route by U.S. aircraft. The military force did not identify the tankers by name, flag, or operator, nor did they provide details on casualties or damage. A U.S.-owned floating storage tanker at an Egyptian port in the Mediterranean Sea was hit by a drone today, British maritime security firm Ambry told Reuters, raising questions about whether the war is expanding to now include Egypt as well. 3 trading sources familiar with the incident said the drone hit floating storage tanker Energos Winter, causing a fire that spread to another vessel, the Gaslog Salem. Unnamed medical sources told Al Jazeera that the death toll from Israeli air attacks on the Gaza Strip overnight has risen to 6, with at least 25 wounded. Russia attacked Ukraine with dozens of missiles and hundreds of drones, killing 8 people in overnight attacks, President Vladimir Zelensky confirmed in a statement on the Telegram app. And Dr. Anthony Fauci, a scientist who helped lead the COVID-19 response in the U.S., repeatedly invoked his Fifth Amendment rights and declined to answer dozens of questions from senators in a Republican-led committee hearing yesterday about his handling of the pandemic.
Given Senator Paul's obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution, his repeated slanderous comments about me, and recently his publicly releasing my unredacted personal diary aimed at embarrassing and intimidating me, the only conclusion I can reach is that the sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, quote, behind bars, unquote.
Those are the latest Pacifica headlines for the Pacifica Network. I'm Jesse Lent.